A modern stadium that has made sure to never forget its tenants' history. You're watching World Stadium Profiles, and this is Arsenal's Emirates Stadium. Whilst it's much more commonly known as the Emirates Stadium, its pre-sponsorship name was Ashburton Grove, taken from the site that the modern stadium is built on. The site, when examined for use back in 1999, was a rubbish processing plant and industrial estate. At the time of planning, Arsenal was still based at the Arsenal Stadium, otherwise known as Highbury. It first became the Gunners' home in 1913, held 73,000 at its peak, and could hold 38,419 by the time it closed in May 2006. By the 1990s, there was a strong desire for Arsenal to either find a way to upgrade their historic home or move to somewhere completely new. This was a club with an ever-growing fan base, enjoying a successful period in their history and wanting to financially compete with the biggest clubs in England. An initial plan to rebuild Highbury came with problems. Doing so would require the demolition of 25 local houses, and the stadium's iconic East Stand earned a Grade 2 listed building status back in July 1997, meaning that no one would be permitted to demolish, extend, or alter it from its current state. The best plan became the one of building a new permanent home for the Gunners, with the chosen Ashburton Grove site located on land less than 500 metres away from where Highbury stood. Receiving no public subsidy from the government, Arsenal were forced to get creative to raise funds for land in one of London's most expensive areas. Deals that helped finance the site included selling Nicolas Anelka to Real Madrid, as well as Marc Overmars and Emmanuel Petit to FC Barcelona. New sponsorship deals were struck, with work also done to try and reduce the overall squad wage bill, and bonds offered out to supporters. With funding eventually found, work on the Emirates Stadium finally began in February 2004. The official opening of the new stadium came on the 26th of October 2006 by the late Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. In August 2009, Arsenal began a process of Arsenalising their Emirates Stadium, part of a desire to give their home a more unique and artistic look. Work included installing the club's trademark cannon within interior seating blocks, the erection of a shrine that depicts every Arsenal player in their history, and the creation of 8 large murals around the exterior of the stadium. Each of the murals depicted 4 Arsenal legends facing inwards at the pitch and linking arms, forming a combined huddle around the stadium. The 32 players featured on the murals were Ian Wright, George Armstrong, David Jack, Martin Keown, Cliff Bastin, Tony Adams, Liam Brady, Thierry Henry, David Seaman, Ted Drake, David Rocastle, Alex James, Patrick Vieira, Reg Lewis, Lee Dixon, Joe Mercer, Dennis Bergkamp, Bob Wilson, Eddie Hapgood, Charlie George, Nigel Winterburn, David Danskin, Kenny Sansom, Jack Kelsey, Robert Pires, John Radford, David O'Leary, George Mayle, Ray Parler, Frank McClintock, Steve Bold and Pat Rice. The murals have since changed in the 2020s, becoming 8 artworks celebrating the history and tradition of Arsenal Football Club. The 8 artwork murals are Victoria Concordia Crescit, a French revolutionary-style painting of players surrounding 2 cannons. The name is a reference to the club's motto, Victory Through Harmony. Remember Who You Are, an image of the iconic Highbury East Stand with great players and managers from Arsenal's history across its balconies. The name is a reference to a quote from Arsenal great David Rocastle, remember who you are, what you are, and who you represent. Invincible, a celebration of 2 of Arsenal's greatest teams. The men's team that won the 2003-04 Premier League title without losing a game, and the 2006-07 women's team that won the UEFA Women's Champions League. It depicts players from either team lifting up a gold version of the Premier League and Women's Champions League trophies. Come to see the Arsenal, a bespoke typeface that features the 2 sentences, Welcome to North London and Home of the Arsenal, separated by a large Arsenal club crest in the centre. 1886, a focus on the club's founding, the numbers 1886 with a black and gold scarf through the centre that displays the words Always Forward. We all follow the Arsenal, a tapestry of flags and banners of Arsenal fan bases, those of both local groups and supporters groups from all around the world. There are 150 groups in total, represented across the 187 different images. Future Brilliance, a nod to the success of the Arsenal Academy. A pair of flags, the left one coloured white and the right one coloured red. Unnamed, unknown young players run towards the white flag with the recognisable faces of both male and female Arsenal products running away from the red flag. Found a place where we belong. A large crowd scene of over 700 supporters displaying large banners that include the words of popular Arsenal chants. The artwork name is inspired by an old Dennis Bergkamp quote: "When you start supporting a football club, you don't support it because of the trophies or a player or history. You support it because you found yourself somewhere there, found a place where you belong." Statues around the Emirates Stadium pay homage to legendary players Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp and Tony Adams, as well as famous 20th century manager Herbert Chapman, three-time Premier League winning manager Arsene Wenger and long-serving club figure Ken Fryer. The stands inside the Emirates Stadium share the names of the stands at Arsenal's former Highbury home. Inside the stadium is the North Bank, East Stand, Clock End and West Stand. Away supporters are housed down in the stadium's southeast corner on an Arsenal match day. Split into 3 tiers of seating and 1 tier of executive boxes the whole way around, the Emirates Stadium is a modern upgrade on what was a historic home for one of England's biggest clubs. Capacity at the time of writing sits at 60,704. Have you had the chance to experience the Emirates Stadium before? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the Matchday Man for more stadium profiles like this one. I'll see you then.